All right, boom. Before I even play the video of Jibri speaking, let me read what the comments say on the side. As you can see, displayed in front of you, but on my computer screen is quite small, so I'm going to read it off of my phone. So someone says to Jibri, go to Africa, to your motherland, and do amazing things. He responds by saying, my motherland is USA. I mean, respectfully, I get it. It's the place that you was born. So therefore, I understand why you see it as your motherland, which makes sense. So therefore, I'm not going to disagree with that. But I'm pretty sure when the person said, go back to your motherland, or go to Africa, your motherland, and do amazing things, I'm pretty sure that person was just basically saying, listen, why don't you go to the place where your roots began, okay? Where your ancestors were. Why don't you go and experience what that place is like? And maybe when you're there, you can help people. You see what I'm saying? But hey, Jibri likes to word things the way he likes to word things. But nonetheless, though, let's continue. He continues by saying, I have been to Africa and worked in the slums. You know, for me personally, I really hate that there's this narrative in some countries, and in this situation, I'm talking about America. And I'm not talking about every single person in America. I'm talking about the people that have not left America and haven't actually been to any part of Africa itself, Africa, the continent itself in particular. And to be honest with you, the fact that he had to say that I've been there and I worked in the slums, it makes me question that, because really and truly, well, it seems as if he's putting out a narrative that people are used to. The narrative of Africa is a slum, basically. When in reality, if you go to Africa, you go to certain countries, whether that be Johannesburg, yes, it has its crimes, but you go to certain parts, you're going to love it. If you go to Camps Bay in Cape Town, again, it has its rough parts, but the beach, goddamn. If you go to Zimbabwe, you visit the Victoria Falls, Jesus Christ, you have a great time, you know what I'm saying? And of course, if you go to Ghana right now, based on how they rebuilt things, and I'm hearing it's a lit time right now. You see things, same as Nigeria, it has this lit time as well. So really and truly, my point being is that the fact that he had to point out that he worked in the slums makes me really wonder if he's actually ever really been to Africa, because there's a lot of people that say they've been somewhere and they haven't really been anywhere. And let's be real, when it comes to Jibri, anything that he does, he always vlogs it. Whether it was before or after 90 Day Fiancé, this man vlogs his experiences. Why? Because he wants people to know that he's being a great Samaritan. He wants people to know that he's a great person doing great things. But nonetheless, though, we continue with the rest of it. I've been to the projects in the roughest areas of America where I work to stop gun violence. My fellow Americans, let me know, do you believe he's been to the roughest parts of America? Because to be fair, when we saw him in 90 Day Fiancé, most of the time he was running to Serbia, and even when he was in Serbia, he wasn't exactly in the roughest parts, if you dig what I'm saying. So does he give you vibes as the kind of person that would voluntarily go to the roughest parts, given the fact that the roughest parts of America aren't exactly the safest parts? Let me know, because really and truly, it seems to me as if he's running this narrative of where he talks about Africa and he obviously refers to the slums, talks about America, then refers to the projects. It's like he's trying to put this narrative that, hey, I go to this place and I really do my best to help all these people that are struggling in these areas and whatnot. Bro, for me personally, I ain't buying it, but you guys let me know what you're thinking. He continues by saying, now God wants me to stay here in Serbia, hoping this family. Oh, does he now? Maybe you're just there to look for your next Serbian wife, but hey, I don't ask questions. I do as I'm told from the voice I hear when I pray. Okay, well, God bless to you, son. Now, with that being said, though, someone did come in, though, and did say to him, listen, my sincere respect to you for helping those humans, but you still don't know how much dangerous those people can be. It's amazing what you did, but if I was in your place or on your place, I would have my guard up and be more cautious. I have dealt with gypsies and so many other people I know, and trust me, the experience is always bad and awful. And to be honest with you, I feel like this person was respectfully trying to say that I don't really believe you've been to any parts of this America, because if you had, yeah, it'd be very different for you, based on their experiences. But also at the same time, he responds now by saying, I'm not dealing with them, I'm healing with them. Wow. If going to the roughest parts of America is that easy, you can go there and say, hey, brother, sister, hey, stop with the gun violence. Let's just heal together. Listen, if America is really like the movies, yeah, they no one looking to hear that. And in reality, if you go to Africa now, you work in the slums, and if you're there to help Hill with people, to be honest with you, unless you got money in your pocket, they ain't listening to nothing. You got to stay in reality, to be honest, and give or take where you're going. Because obviously that can be subjective. But either way, though, for me personally, what he says there seems to me as if he's saying it from a place of where he's heard things. So he's just saying it. So he sounds like this person. But now let's get into the video itself in particular and hear what he had to say.
Just to make it clear, my race is human. My political party is freedom. My religion is love. My mission on planet Earth is to spread love and light by creating art that encourages others to live and find their power. I know why I'm here. I know what my purpose is. If you are a friend of mine who does not align with my purpose, and your mission is to spread negativity and hate and fear, do me a favor and unfollow me.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to tell you why that doesn't make any sense. Because he said that I'm not dealing with them, I'm healing with them. For somebody that likes to deal with people, or likes to heal with people, well, instead of getting people to unfollow you, and remember, he said his mission is, he said his religion is love, right? Something like that. Well, as far as I'm concerned, people that are positive and people who are out here trying to help others, which is exactly what he's claiming to be doing, why would you want them to unfollow you? The people that in your life that are spreading negativity, that are giving energy that isn't necessary, wouldn't you want to be there to guide them? Wouldn't you want to be there to motivate them? Wouldn't you want to be there to say, hey, let's change your perspective. Let's be positive. Why would you want them to unfollow you? Because really and truly, getting them to unfollow or even ask them to unfollow you, well, that's a negative act of its own, isn't it? Pure negative act of its own. And to be fair, the fact that you're telling them to unfollow you is crazy. I mean, what, can you not handle these people coming in your comments and saying what they want to say because you feel like what they're saying is too negative for you? But hey, if you're a positive person, guess what? Any of that negativity wouldn't exactly get to you to the point where you're asking them to then unfollow you. And I say this because you see, myself in particular now, let me use myself as an example. I'm somebody who lives life very positive. Okay, the way I look at life nowadays is like, listen, tomorrow is not promised, so I'm going to live every single day as if it's my freaking last. I'm going to do what I can. And in that process, if there's anyone who's in my life who I can be nice to, I will be nice to that person. But at the same time, though, if some people I feel like they're just here to now waste my time and basically, you know, not really da-da-da, then, you know, I'm not going to tell them to go away. I'm just going to separate myself. You see what I'm saying? Reason being is because what benefit do I have from telling someone to unfollow me? I'm putting a negative thought in their mind. Do you see what I'm saying? But my point being is that if you are a positive person, well, then you would do this positivity in any way, shape, or form. And of course, if it's too much, then you separate yourself. But let's stick it to the point that I'm making around him, though. Clearly, people making comments. He doesn't like these negative comments, so therefore he wants them to unfollow them. Listen, I get negative comments sometimes, whether it be on, not on Instagram, whether it be on YouTube or whatnot. But guess what, buddy? I don't sit here and say, hey, every single one of you that has disliked my video, every single one of you that have said things that disagree with me, that are negative, you must unsubscribe. I don't say that. Because at the end of the day, people who are positive understand the term freedom of speech. He spoke about freedom, right? He said his political party is freedom. Well, freedom of speech. I'm just saying, man, if you're going to say one thing, make sure what you're saying is consistent, because everything that you're saying ain't consistent in my eyes. But let's continue.
Delete my number. And if you're a friend that promotes the betterment of humanity and you spread love and light as well, I truly appreciate you and I love you.
If you truly appreciate that those people and you love those people who are positive and basically don't really come into your section and say negative things, riddle me this. Jibri was in the UK at some point recently. Some point a few months, or at least he posted that he was in the UK. I saw that he was. I don't know if either way though. So I decided to DM him. I said, "Hey, are you in the UK? Are you still currently in the UK?" Well, do you know what he did? He just looked at it and left me on scene. Now some people may be like, "Oh, so you making this video just to get your back?" No, of course not. Come on, you know what I do here. I make my videos to expose or to give my opinions. That's just the grand scheme of it. But my point is that if you're such a positive person, when I messaged you, why didn't you just say, "Hey, sorry, brother, can't do it"? Yeah, no, or yeah, I'm in the UK. Oh, no, I'm in the UK. Instead, it was just left on scene. So what I'm saying, people who are positive, unless somebody is giving you a reason, then that is different. I gave you no reason, because the last time I spoke with Jibri, to be fair, the conversation was nothing but just neutral. You see what I'm saying? But either way, though, my point is that you cannot preach something and then not display what you're preaching. You know what I mean? Okay, if you're going to say certain things, you got to make sure you're ready to display those things. Now, I understand though, but I do understand that people have boundaries. The question is though, does Jibri even have boundaries? Because if he doesn't have boundaries more based on the fact that people say something negative, so therefore he's not going to complain about it or word things in this funky way. But listen, let's not forget everything else that's been said in this video though, because there are far much more important things that's happened in this video. And those are the things when he spoke about motherland, the things obviously when he spoke about the slums of Africa, he talks about the projects of America and helping with gun violence. Like those things there, I really want to know if people really believe what he's saying. Because for me personally, I'm not really convinced. You see what I'm saying? And also on top of that, is it really possible to go into the projects or any part of America that is dangerous? Because he did say the most dangerous parts of America, and to be able to actually go in and say, hey, let's heal together. Of course, that's not you. That wouldn't be your approach, but can you really go in there and try and heal someone? Because as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to trying to heal anyone in this world, it doesn't matter what country they're from, no matter what state they're from, whether it's a project or it's an estate. In the UK, we call it a state, you know what I'm saying? Generally speaking, the only way you're going to be able to heal with somebody else is if they're willing to heal. You see what I'm saying? Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts and let me know your opinions and we can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.